The Board of Parks and Recreation Commissioners of Kansas City, Missouri, meeting for March 10th, 2026 is hereby called to order. Will Secretary Houston please call roll?
Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Contreras,
Here.
Commissioner Taylor,
Present.
Commissioner Myers,
Here.
President Hayden,
Here.
Director Cotton.
Here.
Thank you. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the February 10th, 2026 board minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is a presentation by Wayne Snyder on behalf of the Greg Kleiss Advisory Committee. Welcome, Mr. Snyder.
Thank you. Glad to be back. We do this annually. And just want to give you it's an update, a report that, as I mentioned, we do annually. Just for those of you that don't know about the Greg Kleiss Community Center Advisory Committee, we've been a committee since 2014. Our goal is to add value to the Greg Kleiss Community Center and surrounding communities. Back in 2014, there was also a memorandum of understanding between the Greg Kleiss Community Center and the Parks and Recs Commission, basically to define the roles and responsibilities. Our organization meets every second Saturday of the month, and patrons are encouraged to attend. And the reason why we started this organization is for the patrons, to be an advocate not only for the patrons but also for the community center. Just some highlights, if you will. You guys, I'm sure, have a copy of the PowerPoint. So this year, or last year, 2025, we were involved with the Negro League Baseball Museum Community Harvest event, which is basically a Halloween party. And we gather a bunch of candy, spend a lot of money on candy, and we're there giving the candy out to the kids, representing the Greg Kleiss Community Center and the advisory committee. And I believe the community center, Greg Kleiss Community Center, they also have space there as well. One of the things that we did, we submitted a application to the Public Improvement Advisory Committee, the PIAC committee, with regard to refurbishing the gym, the Greg Kleiss Community Gym. I've been at that gym since 1999. I'm kind of dating myself, if you will. And that gym, this was the first time that gym's floor has ever been refurbished. So we were awarded $100,000. Of course, it was we passed it on to the Parks and Recs Department, and the gym floor has been refurbished. Really nice, and I think you guys see some pictures there, just a picture. We did a community garage sale, and the purpose of that garage sale was to be a fundraiser for the entry of youth into the community center. So we provided scholarship. I believe it was only $350, but it's a start. So every youth 16 and under that does not have money to come into the center get a scholarship if they meet the criteria. So that's a start. The Gift of Soul was another collaboration. I want to thank President Beth Hayden, Commissioner Smith, and of course Chris and Brad and his staff. I see Jody in the audience as well for attending. It was a great event. Just saying that just gives me chills, because the look on those kids' faces to see that they've received these athletic shoes, and we're not talking just any Converse, if you will. For those of you that wear Converse, I'm not adverse to those, but I'm talking Jordans, I'm talking Morants, I'm talking Durants, I'm talking these name brand shoes that these kids can go back to wherever they come from, their schools, and feel good about themselves. We're talking about a little self-esteem there. really good turnout, volunteers. We gave out over 250 pair of shoes. So we were really happy to present that in collaboration with the Parks and Recs as well as with KSHB. So really good event. So we also submitted an application uh, with the Toys for Tots, and we received an award of about 13 bags of toys, which turned out to be, I think there were like 10 bags within 10 toys within a bag. And the toys vary with regard to the youth age from toddlers on up to, I believe, 12 years of old, 12 years of age. And we decided to distribute the toys or give the toys to Delalam. And Delalam is a nonprofit organization within Kansas City that have parents provide programs for parents and children. So we gave those toys there, about 130 toys to Delalam. So, we've been an advocate for the Parks and Recs Department, particularly at the Grad Class Community Center. As many of you know, the 3rd District, they have their meetings there. And I've been there advocating for the parks and advocating for the Grad Class Community Center, answering questions that they may have with regard to the center and our role. One of the questions that came out of the audience was the pool. And, when is the pool going to be ready? And I'll touch on that a little later on. But that we advocate at the 3rd District meetings as well. Collaborative. We met with the community director at Centennial, Middle School, and we're proposing, or we're talking about a collaborative effort with Centennial Middle School to bring students into the Grad Class Community Center, have them take advantage of some of the programs, the boxing, some of the programs that they have, some of the summer school programs that they have for the kids, as well as some of the families, and want to really flesh that out with LaToya so we could take advantage of that relationship. Real quick here with regard to comments and support. Again, just like make sure that there's a timely completion of the pool. There's been a lot of questions with regard to the pool. I know you guys are working on it, but the pool has been down almost 2 years, year and a half. I think it's time that we create some urgency to get that up and going. Youth fees. This was on the report last year. Please review and consider a moratorium on youth fees until Parks and Rec study. I don't know if that study's been completed, but still, we came up with $350. I firmly believe that kids 12 and under should not have to pay to go into a community center. I mean, if we have to continue to raise money to do that, to make sure that these kids can come into the community center free, we'll do that. But we're asking that as the park commissioners, that you guys take a look at it. You're already doing it with a study and come back hopefully with some recommendations to that end. I'd like to request that you guys support the Sam Lacey Youth Memorial Basketball Tournament. I started doing this. I started calling people about the tournament and earlier this year and trying to get teams on board. But I'm like, wait a minute. I need to get support from the Parks and Recs Department. So, put on brakes, right? And I'd like to make sure that the Parks and Recs Department continue the support that you guys gave us over the years. The Youth Memorial Basketball Tournament is a tournament that provides scholarships for students that are already in college. They have to be a sophomore. And over the years, we've helped numerous students. It's only $500, but let me tell you, uh, uh, those of you that have gone to college understand what it's like to be a starving student, right? So $500 go a long way. We would like your continued support. We'd also like you, and I'm fait accompli. I'm just gonna say, when we have this tournament, I like some representative there. I like for you guys to come out and meet the parents and the teams that are taking place in this event. So really looking for your support, and we really appreciate your vision, the vision that the administration's having with regard to the Parks and Recs. We want some continued support. With regard to collaboration and partnership for the Greg Price Community Center and the surrounding community. And then you see the appendix. There is a picture of here we have the letter from the PIAC committee that awarding us the 100,000. A picture of the floor, the gym floor, looks pretty good, really nice. Picture of Jody and Commissioner Smith at the
You
event.
can skip that one.
Jody, that's a very good picture.
We're gonna get him back, Joe. Don't worry about it. No.
Also, and we have in that picture Steve Owens. He's our vice president, and also the email that was sent to Jennifer Jett, who's no longer here, with regard to the funds that we provided with regard to the scholarship. Also, scholarship entrance report that we're tracking, the kids that are coming into the center that are getting scholarships, to see what the need basis is with regard to the scholarships. Bags of toys. Sam Lacey Youth Memorial Basketball Tournament flyer. Also the scholarship criteria and qualifications. And I just want to also recognize our board. Of course, I'm president. Steve Owens is not here. He's vice president of our organization. Cindy Jackson does all of our administrative work. Andre Tyler, he's our treasurer. And we have Rob Watson, Bridget Cooks, and Rolanda Brown. That's it in a nutshell. Any questions for the advisory committee?
I have a couple of questions. First of all, thank you for your dedication, Mr. Snyder, and your leadership, and to the entire board. Thank you all so much. This is how great things happen. Curious, when is the tournament this year?
Okay, I like the tournament to probably, we're looking at 3 months out. We don't have a date.
Okay.
It was gonna be in March, but I think I got ahead of myself.
Okay. I saw March 14th.
Yeah, I
15th.
thought this.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Okay.
I apologize. I got ahead of
Oh,
myself.
okay, thank you.
And so we're gonna push it back. If we have the support of this body, we like to we're probably looking at 3 months out, 3 or 4 months out, to really get the teams involved. So we're looking at 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm
So-
sure between Jody and team, we can stay aware. I was curious about your position on 12 and under. It typically, or in other, there's been studies about teens
Mm-hmm.
having no fee or an abbreviated fee.
Yep.
I'm curious what the drive is for 12 and under. Is that to increase more parent use?
No, it was. I thought 12 and under would be just a good starting point, but I am all for the teams. Let me tell you.
Well, because you can't be in a certain age, under a certain age unaccompanied. And so, and then when you have 12 and under, then you also you need the
Makes
child
sense.
watch. So it just
Mhm.
creates more
Yeah.
expenses, which is why those fees. But I was just curious if
Yep.
there was a reason.
No, it was
Okay.
arbitrary in terms of making sure that we at least get the 12 and under in.
Yeah. But your goal is really about creating more accessibility for
Absolutely.
young people, but you would be open to teens.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. Well, Mr. Snyder, first just want to thank you for being here
Yep.
and thank you to the board. Thank you for working with Parks and Rec leadership and Greg Kleiss leadership to advance Greg Kleiss. I had a couple questions as well. Second Saturday, what time is that?
10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, second Saturday of every month. We have a Zoom call as well as a conference call, and you can show up in person.
Okay. I'm interested in how many students made use of the scholarship, the
That's a good
350?
question, and you know, I wanted to get those stats prior to coming here, but I'm sorry I did not.
Okay.
But I am told that they are using those scholarships. Kids are coming into the center without any money, and they are using those scholarships. So we just probably need to get the numbers from LaToya.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. And then just want you to know that there is a sense of urgency from this body on the Greg Kleiss pool as well. We talk about it often, if not every meeting. So I think that Director Wang is gonna have, we talked about it today.
Okay.
Director Wang is gonna have an update and looking to reach out to attend the next third district meeting
Okay.
to be able to communicate those updates as well.
Appreciate it. You know, before I, you know, I would be remiss to not thank LaToya Johnson for the hard work that she's doing over there. I mean, she's really turned that around. She's really turned that center around. And you know, in the past, every time we got a good director or a good staff, they were always taken away. So I'm just an advocate for her. Hopefully, we can keep her there, keep some continuity there,
Yeah.
and continue to grow the programs at the community center. Of course, Director Cotton and Brad, we really appreciate the support as well as all of you guys that have helped us out, particularly over the past year.
And then my last point was, I believe we tasked this body with looking at a structure for the covering of fees. Can we bring that to top of mind, top of the table to figure that out? We talk often about our young kids not having anything to do. They have to have access to be able to do that. So can we explore that, Director Cotton? Thank you.
Any more questions?
Thank you.
All right, thank you, and look forward to another time here at the podium with some really good programs and activities. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Mr. Snyder. And I just want to say also thank you on the gift of soul. That was a large lift
It
with
was.
not a lot of, you guys kind of created that from the ground up. And so I was there on the
Yep.
measuring day and
Yes.
you guys controlled chaos wonderfully. And I know we now have a lot of ideas of how it can be improved for next year. So
Yes, for
thank
sure.
you. That was very
really
fun.
thank you for being on the ground
Oh.
floor and getting that up and running with regard to KSHB and
It's very
and
cool.
Scripps as well.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
too.
you. It's a team effort.
Correction.
Yes, ma'am.
The school, the middle school that we're partnering with is Central Middle School from KCPS.
Gotcha.
Thank
Thank you.
Intro.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Thank you. See ya, Andre.
All right, we are next moving up, resolution number 33163, considering board approval of the bid award to the Ronald McDonald House of Kansas City in the sale of property totaling approximately 3.42 acres and requiring approximately 1.5 acres of designated land to remain open and available to the public. Deputy Director James Wong is the sponsor of this memo, and he will now speak briefly.
Commissioners, Ronald McDonald House submitted a proposal on November 1st. There is a updated price. You want me to go ahead and was that updated price, or how you want to proceed?
I think
It's gonna be-
Commissioner Meyer will
Okay,
handle
we'll do
that.
that.
Yeah,
All right. So, yeah, in the price, and their intent use of the land is for a public purpose of providing and expanding their campus to provide the families with access to free housing, lodging, and service near a pediatric hospital within the city. And this intended use satisfy the public purpose and requirement outlined in RFP. Any
Thank-
questions you may have?
I think first I will bring up, I think Tammy Greenberg was going to say a little something. Is that right, Tammy? All right.
Hi, thank you, President Hayden, for the opportunity to speak. Just a couple of minutes. I know you all have a full agenda. Thank you
Yeah.
for considering this. As you know, I'm Tammy Greenberg. I'm the CEO at Ronald McDonald House, Kansas City. And I'm here to thank you for considering this vote. On behalf of the 5,000 families with sick kids that we serve every year, we've been working towards this for 3.5 years. In those 3.5 years, we've turned away over 2,500 families because we haven't had enough room. I brought with me a list of 101 children whose families we've said no to in the last 10 weeks. This 101 children includes newborn Violet, hospitalized in the neonatal ICU, 3-year-old Journey with colorectal cancer, 7-year-old Amir who needed neurology care, and 14-year-old Malachi with heart disease. This list of families we turned away also includes Caden. His family is Amish and they live 2 hours away. Caden was 4 months old and he died of heart failure before we had room to offer his family. So commissioners, I know that you know Ronald McDonald House needs to expand and we need to purchase Longfellow Park to do it. Our proposal reflects real valuable, tangible dollars, community benefit. It's good for taxpayers, for the neighborhood, for the Parks and Recreation Department, as well as the city, for children who are sick or healthy, and for families in our community who need to help and who want to help. A few years from now, when families with a sick child hear yes from Ronald McDonald House, Kansas City, and not no, they will not think about any of us individually. They will not think about this meeting room that we're in now. I don't even think they'll think about the vote last April when Kansas City, Missouri voters overwhelmingly said yes to question 2. I think what they will know is they need to be close to their child when their child is sick. So we humbly ask you to vote yes on this today to help more families stay close to their sick children for years and decades to come. This is a legacy-making moment with generational impact, and we hope for your support. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. And thank you to the other folks who are here as well. So appreciate you coming. May I have a motion with respect to resolution number 33163?
I'd like to make a motion to modify the purchase price to $1,250,000.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving the motion as amended, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any recusals?
I will recuse my vote based on a possible conflict of interest.
Thank you. All right, this item has passed. Thank you. All right, the next item on the agenda is resolution number 33142, considering board approval of a cooperative agreement with 2000 Vine Street LLC and the selected local muralists for the East Bridge abutment of the Paseo Bridge mural project. Deputy Director Wong is going to speak on this item.
Commissioners, there's a lot of graffiti on the East Bridge abutment of the Paseo Bridge located in the historic 18th Vine District. Mr. Tim Dugan, Principal of Finalysis, is here to present the options. All right. Looking the wrong way.
That's not Tim.
So I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Tim Dugan. My business partner, Shamari Benton. We're representing 2000 Vine today on some much needed site evolution and some kind of public art beautification. The backside of our project at 2009 has been neglected for quite some time. And we're working our way out of the buildings to the site, and now we're kind of getting the edge. And so before I go too far, I'll kind of maybe hand it off to Show to talk about how this all came together a little bit.
Good evening, commissioners. Well said. The only other thing I'll add is we are funding this project. We're funding this mural project. We're simply in front of you to get a consent through contract to put this mural on your property.
Thank you.
I'd like to introduce our 2 artists, Phil Schaefer and JT Daniels, and they can talk about kind of the examples that we provided.
Hello. Good evening, commissioners. My name is Philip Schaefer. I go by Sockstyle. Sockstyle Industries is my mural company. And this is...
My name is JT Daniels. I'm also a muralist.
So we are collaborating once again for a project with 2000 Vine Group here. And what we seek to do is just show you our concept of artwork that we're going to make. And what we're doing is embodying the spirit of the 18th and Vine, kind of the musical history, but also kind of the future. So we want to invite people to enjoy the visual presence as they enjoy audio and the drinks there at the Vine Street Brewery and everything around it. So we're just kind of adding to everything that's really growing and happening around the area, and happy to add our thumbprint to it.
Yeah. Well, wait on call.
Oh,
Yes. So pages 8 through 12 are the actual artwork. Let me make that clear. So if you wanted to look at that and have any input or questions, we're willing to chat about it if you want.
Thank you.
A little bit of an interesting anecdote too. We kind of learned this after the fact, but one of the highest concentrations of graffiti in the entire city runs between the bridge abutments between Prospect and Passaic. It's referred to as the groove. And so we get lots of visitors to come through this railroad corridor. And we've noticed that on our building, when we respected some of the existing graffiti, it was a bit more embraced.
Mm-hmm.
So that led to the early idea of, we have a 200-foot-long mural that both buildings could look upon and look over the skyline. Let's beautify it and start with this kind of unique art medium to get it a little bit more embraced from the public realm on our side.
Mm-hmm. I do have a couple of questions, if that's okay.
go ahead.
So first of all, thank you all for sharing your art. I see it all over and it's beautiful and it has really helped to tell our story. Curious about, and I talked about this in pre-board. We did get a chance to review your packet in our pre-board meeting. So I understand that this is a private sponsorship, meaning you all are paying it directly. And like you said, it's on our property. And I think for those that are in the room and who will watch, that is a distinguished difference between how we actually typically go through call for artists and bids through the 1% program through the Municipal Arts Council. So I just want to kind of bring some clarity because that has been a big discussion about how artists are selected. And I know you were part of some of those discussions. And
I know
so,
all too well.
yes, congratulations.
I'm a two-time recipient of the 1% project, so
Exactly.
I understand how to navigate.
And we got work to do. But thank you for that. Curious about, I'm just in looking at some of the art pieces, it looks like there is a kind of New Orleans nod to it that is built into the Missouri state outline. And I'm always curious about that because I don't know that I ever see when I go to other places a nod to Kansas City. And so can you tell me a little bit about the artistic?
Yeah, so
leaning?
you're seeing the Marty Mo.
Uh-huh.
And this,
Marty Mo.
yes, the Marty Mo. It's branded. Recently, toward the end of the Mardi Gras season, there was a massive gathering in the parade right there at 2000 Vine. And we want that to continue. And so that's why you see the French phrase there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to memorize it earlier, but good times roll.
Yeah.
I'm not going to embarrass my French accent. But what we're doing is we're looking towards the future of what we're going to build, in this space that's already been moving on. And so we want to invite more people back to celebrate that holiday and that celebration. Also, it also references Club Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
So Club Mardi Gras was a place that I attended when I was young enough to go to bars there and hear freestyle raps and hear DJs perform. And so it's kind of a double thing where I'm referencing the Club Mardi Gras that's there on the corner. You still see the old neon sign. And it kind of speaks to the future events that we would love to hold to celebrate that Mardi Gras season there, 2005.
Thank you for that. My final question, you referenced, Tim, the issues, or I don't even want to call it issues. I think graffiti is part of culture and life. And so, but I'm curious, what type of plan will you all have? And maybe Director Cotton, whose responsibility for maintenance for the mural piece and just the beautification, the ongoing beautification? I mean, I already appreciate your personal sponsorship, but can you talk about, and I saw that you put the kind of paint and things like that, and I know there's ways that you can seal murals to protect them from graffiti, but can you kind of just talk about the maintenance and security?
So I think that a couple of things. First off, we have, I believe, a 10-year maintenance agreement in the agreement between the parks and 2000 Vine Street LLC. Now, just to clarify, that is on a temporary mural project of the art, not bridge. We've seen that deferred for quite some time. So I think our goal is to stand behind that we would then reach out to both Phil and JT to resolve any future incidents that may occur in terms of getting it graffitied over or things of that nature. And that would fall on our shoulders. at the point of, let's call it the 7 to 10-year time frame, we are gonna need to be talking to these folks that the lifespan of that mural is probably ended, or slowly in decline. And we need to either revisit that design as an upgrade or rethink a new design at that moment, because the mural isn't permanent. And I think that's what the two artists want to be very clear about, is that we're kind of responsible as the building owner and the site, and they're willing participants to help resolve potential art issues that emerge.
So typically for other projects, I either have like a contractual agreement with the site owner to what we're gonna do for correcting. But for this in particular, is usually we get a call and within maybe 5 to 7 days or a decent working order, we just go over and we take care of the graffiti problems. We repaint it, we refix different areas. And I mean, this is our hometown, so we're willing to keep that up for the 7 to 10 years. So it's not a huge issue. And normally if we take care of it within a smaller time range, it deters the future activity.
So Phil and JT, they both have murals in the Vine District. Phil, I don't know if you want to speak on maintenance examples for the Urban Youth Academy. I know that you.
Well, the Urban Youth Academy was a different example. I don't know if any of you noticed that the mural has been replaced.
Yes. Yes.
So the mural was replaced this summer, and it is brand new and it should last another 7 to 10 years. But that mural was from 2017 and it was very much wearing and tearing. And so having it replaced this year was a good deal. Other murals that I've done with MoDOT in particular, the Buck O'Neill Bridge and the Jay Whiz wall, those walls have been damaged, but you wouldn't know it. And that's how I keep it. And so I have a brand to maintain, so does Tim and Shamari and JT. And so when a wall gets damaged by any kind of graffiti, we don't post about it on social media. We handle it and we keep the narrative and the positive that these murals do a good job. We don't boo-hoo about, oh, somebody tagged over this or someone disrespected us. We don't stoop to that level. So just as a vote of confidence in us, we are well prepared to handle what happens. And we're well aware that there's a lot of crazy graffiti.
And just saying, there are some women MCs as well. I like the image, but if you consider adding an additional woman, it looks like you have, who's that? Miss Williams on piano.
Yes, correct.
Just saying, there's some female MCs.
Duly noted, and we'll attach.
And no questions for me, but just want to comment and just acknowledge y'all's leadership. I see what you all are doing, and we are just so blessed with your creativity, how you elevate communities, and just the ingenuity and innovation y'all bring every day. We need more of y'all in Kansas City, so just wanted to shout you out and just say thank you.
We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, anyone else?
So move. So move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed, and thank you, gentlemen. Can't wait to see it.
All right, thank you all. Good night.
All right, the next item on the agenda is resolution number 33143, considering board approval of amendment number 2 to the facility license agreement with Jolt Lighting LLC for Winter Magic. Heidi Markle, Marketing and Events Manager, is the sponsor of this memo.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Jolt Lighting loves being at Platte Purchase Park and would like to continue now into their third year. As you do recall, we receive a percentage of the ticket sales for the admissions to the drive-through holiday light experience, and this past year received $34,816.56. So I'm hoping that they can continue again next year.
I'm sorry, was that the amount?
$34,816.56.
And Heidi, how are we verifying, and I'll come up to this one, a couple of the items on Jody's too, like where we do revenue splits, like how are we verifying what what it is?
We just take the amount that they've given us. I have no verification. I suppose I could ask for some additional stuff. It's been between 25 and 35,000 over the whole 6 years. So it's not really fluctuated much.
Okay.
Than that 10,000, but I suppose we could ask for more specific sales records.
I was
It's a
just asking
sliding
the-
scale
I
of
was
what
just
they
asking
give
the
us
question,
too,
yeah,
based on number of cars, ticket sales.
I do think that's important, though.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been talking about this,
We're
and
trusting them, Mira.
right, it'd just be great. You know,
Yeah.
we like to trust and verify, right?
I'm sure that they would not hesitate to provide that information to
course.
us. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions on this one? May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33143?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33144, considering board approval of a facility use with concession agreement with the Brookside Business Association and the Brookside Community Improvement District for the 40th Brookside Art Annual. Ms. Markle.
Yeah, wow, I had no idea it'd been 40 years for the Brookside Art Annual, but obviously it has. So yeah, they want to return again. They're always that first weekend in May, takes place down there at 63rd and Brookside and all the area there around Brookside Court Park and the parking lot. They will pay us $4,700 for the 3-day sales event. Any questions?
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33144?
So
Move to-
moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33145, considering board approval of a facility use with concession agreement with the Kansas City Folk Festival. Ms. Markle.
Yeah, the Folks Festival would like to return to Washington Square Park on May the 30th. They're squeezing it in right before all the World Cup activity starts in the area. And we will be compensated $1,500 for the one-day event.
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed, and thank you, Ms.
Great.
Butt.
Thank you much.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33146, considering board approval of an encroachment license agreement with TKG 3 Acquisition LLC for the use of the adjacent boulevard right-of-way for concrete entrance steps and canopy overhang and a wall-mounted sign at 417 Grand Boulevard. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, this is an encroachment license agreement with TG3 Acquisition, Inc. The encroachment is for concrete entrance steps and maintaining a canopy overhang and also wall-mounted sign. The annual encroachment amount is $923.50. Here to answer the question you may have.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33147, considering board approval of change order number 3 to the agreement with Leith & Sons Incorporated for the Hodge Park and Platte Purchase Park improvements in the amount of $484,716, bringing the total contract amount to $4,152,939.01, and extending the contract time to May 15th, 2026. Deputy Director Wong.
Commissioners, the Hodge Park and the Platte Purchase Park project is under construction. 12 pickleball courts were opened in November last year. It was a huge success. We're also working with city planning to have those additional, to have the lights for the pickleball courts turn on, hopefully next 2 weeks. And this change order 3 provides sports lighting for one of those sports fields, and it will install power supply to a second restroom, which is close to the sports field. And the change order 3 is funded with Shoal Creek TIF, and the entire project is funded with CD1 Geo Bond and Shoal Creek TIF.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33147?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. Thank you, Deputy Director Wong. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33148, considering board approval of a bid award to Turf Boss LLC for ground maintenance services on rights of way in the North District. Kevin Evans, Manager of Natural Resources, is here to speak.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Hello.
This area is a MoDOT area that's along where the downtown airport is, which is being paid out of General Fund 2060.
Thank you.
Just curious, do you have total cost for these? I noticed you have a per acre cost and the number of acres, but I mean, we could do the math, but.
Well, this one here, if you look down here, let me see here. Well, I don't have the exact cost right there.
But
It's not
those
broken
are-
down, but I can definitely get that for you.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's just a equation.
Yeah. But again, it's not Parks Fund, but it's definitely a right-of-way fund.
Right.
Which is
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33148?
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Oh, and there it is. It is the amount right there, $484,716. That's to break down yearly of the 5-year contract.
I don't.
Sorry.
So right here under, oh,
Yep.
That's a
I'm
different
reading the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not
Okay.
it.
I was like,
I'm
you
thinking
sounded so confident. You was like,
I'm
there
sorry.
it
I apologize.
is. It's fine.
But
I
yes,
have a
we have to break
calculator.
that down for you.
Thank
Sorry.
you. I have a calculator.
All right.
Did we already?
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33149, considering board approval of a bid award to Turf Boss LLC for ground maintenance services of boulevards and parkways in the South District. Mr. Evans.
Okay, this is the second year of this agreement. Of course, the contract was taken back from the other contractor because they wasn't meeting the standards. So it got rebidded, so that's why we reflected it again today.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. Thank you. The next item on the agenda are resolutions number 33150 and 33151, considering board approval of bid awards to Turf Boss LLC for, with respect to resolution number 33150, Parks in the Central District, and resolution number 33151, Parks in the South District. Mr. Evans, please proceed.
Yeah, these two parks was defaulted on earlier in the year. Our in-house guys had to mow those grass for the rest of the remaining year last year. So we put those back out to bid, so it put too much pressure on our in-house crew.
Got it.
Although, we took back a lot of grass
Yeah.
this year in-house, so, and hope to do it again next year, so.
Yeah, each year increasingly,
Each creek,
we're
yes,
getting in-house.
yes,
Thank you for
yes.
that. Thank you. Move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. Mr. Evans, I think you're done,
Great.
aren't you?
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Next item on the agenda is considering board approval to rescind and amend resolution number 33055 for a facility use agreement without concessions with Life Recovery Church. Jody Seamer, Superintendent of the Recreation Division, is the sponsor of this memo.
Good evening. Back on December 9th, you all approved this agreement with KC Recovery for use of the fields at Pleasant Valley for adult softball. After further discussion, representatives of the league, it was determined the best interest of both parties would be to contract with Life Recovery Church to oversee that league. So the purpose of rescinding and then the amendment to this resolution is to change the licee name to Life Recovery Church, authorized by Tommy McGee. Everything else on the agreement remains the same.
May I have a motion to amend and rescind and amend resolution number 33055?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33152, considering board approval of an amendment to the cooperative agreement with the Department of Natural Resources for the Bruce R. Watkins Cultural Heritage Center and Museum. Ms. Seaver.
Yeah, as we know, the museum is owned by the state and maintained by Kansas City Parks and Recreation. So we are working with the state, and it is the desire of both the city and the state to extend the agreement for an additional year. There will be no other substantial changes to the terms of the agreement. It would allow, the agreement originally began on December 31st of 2014, and this would allow it to go until on June 30th of 2027.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33152?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item is passed. Thank you, Ms. Seymour, for a second. Doing a little musical chairs.
Tag team.
The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33153, considering board acceptance of a donation from Phillips 66, sponsor of the NCAA Big 12 Conference, to donate $100,000 for the Chelsea Park basketball court and to allow for the KC Parks Foundation to act as the fiscal pass-through entity to receive the donation. Deputy Director Brad Clay is here to speak on this item.
Good evening, Brad Clay, Deputy Director. So for the third year in a row, Phillips 66 would like to donate $100,000 to renovate one of our outdoor courts. In order to do this, we're looking to do Chelsea Park, located at 2601 Chelsea Avenue. Phillips 66 will only donate money to a 501c3 non-for-profit. So they would like to make the donation to the Kansas City Parks Foundation, which we've run this will be our third year to do that this way. The foundation and the Parks Rec Department are currently operating under an active MOU, which provides for the foundation to serve as the fiscal pass-through entity for the purpose of transferring funds to the Parks and Rec Department and requiring the city to return any funds remaining to the foundation after the project has been paid in full. Upon transfer of these funds, the Parks and Rec Department will enter into a contract with Target Sports to complete the renovations, which will include the installation of basketball goals, resurfacing of the courts, and the Phillips 66 Kansas City, Missouri branding. The project is anticipated to be completed this fall. Staff recommends approval to accept the donation in the amount of $100,000.
May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33153?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
I have a
Great.
quick question.
Yes.
What did we do the last 3 years? Can you
The
remind me?
first one we did at Parade Park over by Urban,
Right.
those two courts.
Yeah, that's right.
And what we did there, what was real critical was we finally put a fence around there. If you guys would drive through there, it's like a highway through there. And the balls would consistently bounce in the parking lot. So we immediately put fencing around there to keep the ball in the court. That was part of that project. And then last year we did the Ashland Park, which actually has the new splash park as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
Put the new court right next to that, along with the.
Yep.
the
I drove by
futsal.
there yesterday. It looks
It
beautiful
is
out
really
there.
cool, isn't it? Yeah, it's a neat area, and then now we're gonna do this at Chelsea Park, and I've already talked to them, hoping that we can get it again for next year too, because we have a lot of basketball courts that need some TLC.
That's a beautiful park.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Deputy Director Clay, when they're here this week, are you gonna take them to go see Ashland or?
You know, actually, they've been there. They've
Okay.
seen it. Yep, they're all here. They've been here the last 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then we'll get the recognition at Friday at halftime at the 6 o'clock men's basketball game. So that's kind of cool.
Awesome, thank you. All right, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item is passed, and thank you again to Phillips 66. Thank you, Deputy Director Clay. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33154, considering board approval of a facility use without concessions agreement with Raiguku Soccer Academy for the use of 9th and Van Brunt Soccer Complex for the purpose of conducting youth soccer practices and games. Ms. Seamer.
Yeah, Ragoku Soccer Academy would like to utilize the 9th and Van Brunt athletic fields. Practices will be on Wednesdays and Thursdays, 3:30 to 5, and then games from 4 to 7. They have 2 seasons, a spring season as well as a fall season. They will compensate the city at $17.50 per hour for half field rental, and then $50 a game for total compensation of $1,891.25. As you'll see, they were approved 2 fee waivers, one for the spring and one for the fall, so that will max out the number of fee waivers that they will be able to utilize this year. If lights are necessary, then they can be purchased at the concession stand for $30 per hour. With one of our staff. Monthly payments are due on or before the 20th of each month. And then any payment that is not received by that time, the agreement would be terminated. They will comply with the facility or the athletic field use policy. The terms of this agreement would be March 11th, 2026 through May 30th of 2026. And that would be our spring season. Our fall season would be August 12th, 2026 through November 28th, 2026. And then they will ensure that they'll provide general commercial liability and sexual abuse molestation insurances.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
When this board first passed the renovation, we were told that we would receive the schedule to ensure the equity of its use.
Yes.
I think we requested that in February. Okay.
Yeah.
And are we scheduling as far out as fall? How far out do we schedule, just for my knowledge?
For right now, it's done through spring.
They have to submit all their permits a season before the season.
Okay.
To give
Yeah.
everybody opportunities.
Okay.
So we don't lock anything in. That's why we'll
Yeah.
continue to have these conversations.
Okay. So is Ragoku the only one who's scheduled for fall currently?
I mean, they're technically not scheduled for fall. I guess they're
They're scheduled for
place
the
marked.
spring. Yeah.
Essentially, there's a place marker there, but I imagine that we also have those conversations ongoing with EDO and Pantera and many of those other
Okay.
groups as well.
Okay, cool. And you'll have that for us?
Actually, I can hand that to each of you before we.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you got it,
it's,
great.
Or you can email it.
Yeah, you can email it too.
It's pretty comprehensive. It'll cover both fields, and it highlights open field play as
Okay.
well as rental space, as well as our programming and
Yeah.
everything else. So it kind of breaks it all down.
Yeah, and I know he's not in here, but I wanted to shout out Reggie. He showed me a couple of photos from his girls empowerment session, and he had a really big turnout to that. So shout out to Reggie and the work that he's doing to
He's
activate.
very excited about that program.
Ninth and Van
He's
Brunt.
very excited. I have a question about, in some previous months, we've asked about making sure that we have a record, and I love, Jody, that you kind of went through. So in each month, can we just have an update on, or confirmation on payment schedule? If
Absolutely.
those have had, I know we had a previous question about, or that we had people that had gone unpaid, but they were able to renew. So I just want to make sure that we're staying on top of that.
We actually have a tracking form that we
Perfect.
generated about a month ago, where we have every single contract that's listed in it, and we're tracking the payments that come in with each payment that is made. So yes. we
Could that
can-
be like a monthly update? Maybe we can have
Yes,
that as part
I
of
will
our
make sure,
pre-board.
I'll add this to my
That way it
agenda right
doesn't
here.
build up. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I love the
Yeah,
new tools.
yes.
So move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33155, concerning board approval of a cooperative agreement with Total Man CDC for the use of Mary Williams Neal Community Center for its Celebrating Men and Fathers event. Ms. Emer.
Yeah, the third year in a row, Total Man CDC has requested the use of Mary Williams Neal for this event. This is an annual community event that is family-oriented. They'll provide information, resources, recreational activities, entertainment. It'll take place utilizing several rooms, the community room, classroom, large meeting room, and gymnasium at the Mary Williams Neal Community Center. It is a one-day event, but they are requesting time for setup the day before. We have been working with Total Man, meaning we as Kansas City Parks and Recreation, for more than 5 years. They provide lunch and snack to all of our summer camp participants and community members 17 years and younger. So over the course, we kind of did some totaling. So summer of 2025, Total Man provided lunch and snack for an estimated 13,300 300 lunches and snacks. So it is an amazing partnership that we have with them. They are ready to go for summer 2026. So we're excited about that. Space will be provided at no charge. The terms of the agreement would begin on June 5th of this year, with setup being from noon to 6. And then that next day, the 6th, would be the actual event from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. with cleanup.
Total Man, I've worked with them before, and other communities have had to been able to benefit from their great works. They're a phenomenal partner.
They are.
And so really happy to see this continue.
We fully love the opportunities to work with them and all the great stuff, especially our kiddos with summer camp and everything. It is something that we could not do without them,
That's
for
right.
sure.
For sure. So move.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33156, considering board approval of a facility use without concessions agreement with Sholum T for the use of Kansas City North Community Center to provide adult karate instruction. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, Rachel Waddell is the certified instructor, and she's requesting the use of the exercise room at the Kansas City North Community Center to provide that adult instruction. This would take place one Saturday per month from 9 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The city will be compensated $50 per hour, $100 per day, for a total payment of $1,100 to be paid monthly. If payment is not received, then the agreement will be terminated. The agreement would begin May 1 of this year and would go through April 10th of 2027. They will provide general commercial liability insurance.
Thank you.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33157, considering board approval of facility use without concessions agreement with KC Sports and Social for the use of Swope Park Diamond Number 2 for kickball activities. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, KC Sports and Social are wanting to utilize Diamond Number 2 for kickball games and leagues on Wednesdays and Thursdays through the duration of this agreement from 6:15 p.m. to 10:15 p.m. They will compensate the city at a 40% revenue share and a $30 per hour light fee for an estimated total of $21,180. Payment is due on June 15th, August 15th, October 15th, and November 15th. If payment is not received, then the agreement would be terminated. They agree to comply with all athletic field use policies. The agreement runs April 2nd of this year to October 29th of this year, and they will provide commercial general liability insurance.
Thank you. Jody, I've got the same question that I asked Heidi, which is just,
Yeah.
and I know you're new to this role, so if you like, interested in your thoughts going forward, but it's just how we can track what that revenue share is.
So the approximate participation numbers, they will vary and everything else. And everything, they're not guaranteed, however, payout. So Kansas City Sports and Social will provide payout forms to us, confirming participants and monies owed to us. And then they will, once they receive confirmation of the payout forms, then they will cut that check. So that allows us to see the participants. We also have a game schedule, and they pay those. We have the light fees kind of already built into that as well. And so we have an idea of what that looks like. And again, we can easily include the lighting piece of it, kind of tracked as these payments come in and stuff like that, as well as the payments on that tracking sheet as well. So as those are made, we can also include that. So you can see that on multiple contracts.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Excuse me.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33158, considering board approval of a facility use without concessions agreement with the Kansas City School District for the use of Satchel Paige Stadium for youth baseball games. Ms. Seymour.
Yes, the Kansas City School District would like the use of Satchel Paige for youth baseball games. Games will take place at 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. during the terms of the agreement. The Kansas City School District would pay $200 per game for a total compensation of $2,800. Payments will be made on April 13th, May 13th. If not received by that time, the agreement would be terminated. They agree to comply to the athletic field use policy. The terms of this agreement would be April 1st of this year to May 15th of this year. They will provide commercial general liability and SAM insurance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33159, considering board approval of a facility use with concessions agreement with North Kansas City Area Baseball League for the use of Platt Purchase Park for youth baseball activities. Ms. Seymour.
Yes, North Kansas City Area Baseball League wanting to use those locations for conducting youth baseball practices and games on Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday from 8 a.m. until 10 p.m. during the terms of the agreement. They will compensate the city at a 15% net revenue and concessions for a total estimated payment of $19,270.60. Equal payments of $9,635.30 are due on August 20th, October 20th. Payment not received, the agreement can be terminated. They'll comply with field use policies. The agreement would be March 16th, 2016 to October 31st, 2016. They will provide commercial liability insurance and SAM insurance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33160, considering board approval of a facility use with concessions agreement with Southern Platte County Athletics Association, doing business as the Northland Sports Alliance for the use of Tiffany's Hills Sports Complex for youth baseball activities. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, NSA would like to utilize those locations for youth baseball, softball, and soccer practices, leagues, and clinics, Monday through Sunday during the terms of the agreement. All activities will take place during that time frame from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. on various dates. They will compensate the city at 15% of net revenue for a total estimated payment of $63,324. Equal payments of $15,831 are due April 30th, July 30th, and then $15,831 on October 30th, and the same amount on November 30th. If payment is not received, the agreement will be terminated. They'll comply with field athletic use policies. The agreement would be March 16th of this year through November 1st of this year. They will provide general liability and sexual abuse molestation insurance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This item has passed. The next item on the agenda is resolution number 33161, considering board approval of a facility use without concessions agreement with KC Legends Soccer for the use of the Blue River Athletic Fields for soccer activities. Ms. Seymour.
Yeah, KC Legends Soccer are wanting to utilize the facility on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. for the terms of the agreement. They will compensate the city at $20 per hour for field rental for a total of $680 to be paid in full prior to the start of this agreement. Payment not received by business day, by close of business March 23rd. The agreement will be terminated. They'll comply with field athletic field use policies. Their agreement terms would be March 24th through May 28th of this year. They'll provide both commercial general liability and SAM insurance.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Woo. Any opposed?
No, wait.
This item is
She's
passed.
telling me to slow down.
Ms. Seymour, that was a big day for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Last item on the agenda is resolution number 33162, considering board approval of a temporary access agreement with the Port Authority of Kansas City for work at the Riverfront Park boat ramp and surrounding area. Director Chris Cotton is the sponsor of this memo.
Yes, thank you. For several months, Port KC and the Park Department have been in conversation with Port KC and the Mayor's Office about the possibility of working together for the betterment of Riverfront Park. Port KC has been dedicated to improving the riverfront area for the past decade or more, and now they would like to turn their energies toward Riverfront Park. As mentioned by Mayor Lucas, the goal of Ordinance 260064, which was first introduced to the City Council January 20th, is to accelerate the redevelopment and revitalization of Riverfront Park. This work will begin around the existing boat ramp with cleanup efforts led by the Port Authority. This is a short-term agreement allowing Port KC to access the property through April 1st, 2026 to get a better understanding of what will be needed to transform Riverfront Park into a destination location that will bring valuable socioeconomic change to the area. With the exception of the boat ramp, the park has been closed to structured activity since 1985, when environmental concerns closed the park. Staff recommends board approval of this temporary access agreement with Port KC in order for the first steps of redevelopment to take place.
Thank you. May I have a motion to approve resolution number 33162?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Any recusals?
I'm going to recuse myself for a possible conflict of interest.
Thank you. This item has passed.
And one more note of that, I finally got the title work today on the park. So it was a long process. James and his staff worked diligently on it. It was a very convoluted mess dating back to, I believe, 1946 is where they had to start analyzing deeds. So anyway, but we got the paperwork today, so.
Shout out to James.
Thank you. All right, Director Cotton, director's report, please.
Yes, facility maintenance has begun preparing fountains for the season, with work being performed on the Children's Fountain, the Capo, Concourse, Powell, Firefighters, Vietnam Veterans, Seahorse, Volker, and Freedom Fountains. There has been extensive vandalism to the Bay splash pad. Funding becomes available May 1st to convert it to a pass-through system. Analyzing costs this time, as the electrical wiring in the splash pit was stolen, the pumps that quit the pit from flooding did not work, so the damage is substantial. We are analyzing whether it's in our best interest to wait till the May 1st funding to make it a pass-through, or see what the cost is to replace the entire facility. To be clear, the vandals, not only they cut the lock off, they cut the mechanisms off to lock the facility. So once they stole all the wiring, the pumps failed and every single bit of the surge pit flooded with rain. So probably all the motors and pumps need to be replaced, as long as all electrical components. So it'll probably be much more than the cost to make it a pass-through. So we're evaluating that. We'd hoped to have it open by, with everybody else, all the other splash pads, but I seriously doubt that's going to happen. Aquatic staff is working with, excuse me, IT on getting needed equipment for the Grove and Bud pools to be able to use Civic Rec. Sending 2 staff members to WSI training this week, continuation of the plan to expand the number of staff who can teach swim lessons. Working with contractual groups using Penn Valley on relocating their contract dates to other fields due to the World Cup. Jody's still here, so we'll give her a shout out. Summer Camp 2026, registration open on March 9th at 8 a.m. She has 186 individual enrollments so far. Total number of campers across all weeks so far as of March 10th at 12 p.m. is 949. Our total attendance for all of last summer was around 2,500, so she's already on track to surpass that. So good job, Jody. Summer camp is in Civic Rec, and tests are being done to prevent registration issues. Summer camp planning continues, and staff is working on camp trainings for new returning and regular staff. In the process of finalizing paint colors for the Greg Kleiss pool. The POs for the pool have been issued. Excuse me, all outdoor pools have gone through their environmental inspections. Conducting outreach to the Ward Parkway neighborhoods, i.e. the tennis courts over on Ward Parkway. We need to do something with those. They either need to be renovated or removed, so we're trying to get public input on those. They're in bad condition. Input deadline is March 15th. April 15th at 2 p.m. is Fountain Day. That'll be at the Luce Park Rose Garden. Heidi is working on a partnership with England FA to utilize this building as their office for the World Cup. So they would go downstairs in some open spaces we have there.
Those rentals.
More about community input and give back to the community, but we're trying to work on that. Working with Mark One to get electricity to the pump station at Swope Park for the golf course, waiting on the permit from city planning. The Swope Memorial Cart Barn is on schedule. Concrete pad was poured on the 5th. The steel building is on site, ready to be erected. The Swope Memorial interior updates are starting, including flooring, painting, new counters, and updated lighting to LED fixtures. The Swope Park ORLP grant, public meeting was held on February 24th with a very strong turnout. MLK Park Master Plan, Satchel Paige Stadium, MLK Skate Park, public meeting was held on March 3rd, also with a very strong turnout. Satchel Paige Stadium Study submitted a request for $5 million for fiscal 27 for community project funding. The Community Project Funding Program is a federal earmark grant, which was previously provided funding for the MLK pedestrian bridge and the MLK skate park. Design is approximately 80% complete for Platte Purchase Park pickleball. Finalizing design build RFP for Cooley Park improvements. The Blues Park Skating Park, the project scope has been outdated, obtaining bids from IDIQ contractors for the second time. The bids, the quotes exceeded the amount to do the project. The MLK Park pedestrian bridge, we did receive MoDOT bid concurrence, proceeding with bid award. And you think that'll start in April, James? The 63rd and Zoo Drive intersection is complete. We did have a ribbon cutting with District 5 yesterday. James did an excellent job staying on top of the project till it was completed. Construction has begun on Indian Creek Trail. Construction has started on Yvonne Stark Wilson with Evergreen AT&T. Will begin underground overhead lines in April. Warner Road Bridge repairs are underway. Spring Valley Park shelters, the shelter fabrication is completed, construction underway. Camp Lake of the Woods restrooms, units are set, waiting on permits for final approval and opening. Bandstand restroom, unit is set, waiting on permits for final approval and opening. The Bent Tree Park climbing wall installation is complete. If you haven't been out there, that is one of the coolest playgrounds I've ever seen. It is really nice. Social media, for Instagram, we have 25,169 followers. Facebook, 33,080. YouTube, 485. Twitter X, 12,140. And we have 50,246 people subscribing to our online newsletter. And then last Thursday was the budget presentation to the City Council, and I want to commend Terrence Williams. He did a great job putting the budget together for this year's presentation. And I will say it was the least difficult one we've had since I've been here. Terrence did a great job. So that's my report.
Thank you. Can I ask Secretary Houston, and you typically do a really great job of this, so I just want to maybe ask that it continues, adding any of the groundbreakings and all that kind of stuff, like the upcoming Fountain Day and all that to our calendars. That's a major help. So thank you for how you've done that in the past. Let's keep that going.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is that for, what is that for?
This is supposed to be for the mayor's program.
Okay. Thank you for the report. I had a follow-up question. I wanted to get some clarity. So this said, I'm asking about the RFP. I'm going back to RFPs because I'm trying to understand. This says all proposals submitted in the exact order, 5 o'clock, close of business March 8th.
That's
There's a typo on that one.
Okay, so that's a typo.
So on the second page, you'll
The
see
schedule. Okay.
And that should be the actual.
Okay, so this one hasn't gone out yet.
No, it is not. It won't go out until the 17th of March.
Okay. The pre-proposal meeting, what is that? Is that, I don't want to
So
assume.
when there's questions about the proposal or
Okay,
anything else,
okay.
that maybe it would allow them to
Got you.
kind of redefine
Figure.
exactly what we're looking for.
Figure.
That gives them the opportunity to ask those questions.
Got you. Okay, and then my
it's
last,
open to everybody, so that
got
way
you.
it's
Okay. And then my last question, I haven't had a chance to dive into this. What is the process of selection for a RFP?
Yeah, so we will take all those, we'll go through that on the schedule, kind of once we have them all, we'll review them. Everything will get scored. Yeah, there's a review committee, they'll get scored, and then based on that, we will go from there on awarding them based on meeting the needs of what
Okay.
the program is. It's not necessarily the lowest bid, the highest bid, but rather the bid that completely meets the needs to the best ability of what we're looking for the program. I will say in the past, with this one specifically, we haven't had an overwhelming number of bidders. I think we've had maybe one or two. And so that is at times a little bit challenging because
Yeah.
we have what we have.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
work
yeah.
with and everything. We're definitely working on making sure to get that out to as many people as possible.
Great.
Putting it in all the places it needs to be, the
Great.
website,
Okay.
and then also making, trying to get it out on social media and stuff like that. We have in our people.
Yeah. Thank you for that. And I think to your problem that you're having is I don't know that people know that this exists, right? I ran into somebody this weekend and said they've lived in Kansas City for 15 years and didn't know that RFPs for this entity existed from a programming standpoint, right?
Absolutely.
So, and then I don't want to, we can talk about it offline if you want to go through it with me, but there's a rubric, a criteria, I'm assuming that you all use against this as well. And the reason this is of interest to us, because this came up last year. Again, I think we passed over $180,000 to a nonprofit that had just been established. And so we wanted to understand what outcomes have they shown that their programming works. There are a number of great nonprofits here in Kansas City. So making sure that that those nonprofits know that this RFP exists. And when we work together with community organizations, that's when we see, real true impact. So I just want to make sure that they are aware that it exists and that the visibility to it and understanding of how the process works. I think we can do a better job at that. So I'm available to help in however, I know Commissioner Smith has a deep background in youth programming as well. So use us and how we can support you with that to get more than one bid.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, we'll make sure, go back through and make sure that we follow all the criteria and everything else that are laid out by the city as to what we have to do on that. Because I know we have specific ones that we must do and everything. But yes, I think the goal is to get the RFP more visibility.
Okay.
So that way we have better opportunity to really focus on providing a really great program. One thing that we have done is actually reduce the amount of the RFP this year with more focus on us trying to do more in-house and less going out with, much like Kevin, over time, the goal is to keep continue to bringing it back in-house. And so we have less and less that need to go out and more that we are able to use within.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. When that goes out publicly, can you email me that link so that I have it as well to share out? And not saying we're against, we want community partnerships to come in as well, right? There are innovative programs. And so how can we work together to, so thank you.
Anyone else? All right, I'm guessing we don't have any public testimony left.
It's just us.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Thank you, Jody.
Do we have a motion to move into closed session pursuant to section 6.10-021, subsection 1 of the revised statute of Missouri to discuss legal matters, litigation, or privileged communications with attorneys?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? We are now in closed session. Our next meeting will be held April 14th, 2026 at 2:00 p.m. Thank you.